Hi, I'm Wes.
And I'm Vince, and we're co-founders of a company here in California, and we do large-scale manufacturing for cannabis oil. Bringing a team together to the table, I can't make a phone call to certain attorneys or certain anybody that you guys bring to the table, even down to the security guards. The people you guys know is endless, and I think that is light years ahead of where we could have got on our own. I was very raw, and after these 2 years, the confidence level just goes up. And just because you're around the people and you guys have done it, you guys got, I'm going to assume, 25 years on me as far as business, and time is power. And you guys got more time in the industry. So yeah, I learned a lot, and I don't think we're done. You know, that's what's great. 2 years, and Wes is fast track. Sometimes it's a fast track to go slower is better, and we learned that from you guys. Necessary. That's one word that could describe the past 2 years. Necessary. It's you gotta want it really, really bad, and have a team that's there to support you. Know you have a team that's there to support you. It's necessary to fail and feel like there's no hope, but somehow we get out of it. Somehow the team comes together. Somehow the lab people come together. Somehow Wes opens his mind up, and we're communicating on firing on all cylinders. Necessary to do all that, to be successful and to keep going. I feel all that was necessary. And for you guys to coach us through that, necessary with coaches. It'd be a lot longer with just us two trying to figure it out, because that's what we do. We're open-minded to learning everything and actually listening, slowing stuff down and actually listening so you're capable of learning. None of that would happen if we kept on our tracks down the road. Look up, guys. Honestly, the sense that with your team, nothing's impossible. It's like, ooh, the harder it is, like, how do we figure it out? So that is like, wow. And then with Wes's ideas, like, what? We have ideas for days. And then for you guys to not shut them down so quickly and like, hey, let's lay it out logistically. Working with a team that just like, nothing's impossible. We just got to put our heads together and figure it out. That's a beauty. And an opportunity that I never thought we would have. So impossible is not in our vocabulary.
The biggest takeaways are looking at yourself for every problem. I mean, it's just going back to yourself and what can you do to affect the current situation, and not what can you think about that might happen or what is possibly going to happen. Or, you know, I spent a lot of energy and time in thinking about what could happen to us and the company. And I think this year's taught me, at least, to focus on what we can handle. And it's changed everything for the business, because when somebody comes in all discombobulated, it doesn't matter if it's me or it's him or it's anybody. We listen, we let it go out, you know, we let it come to us, and then we have something for it, as opposed to.
We got a thing where we say, people just hear. You hear a bunch of noise, you hear a bunch of everything. It takes a certain individual, or with you guys actually coming on, like, we're hearing everything, but we actually got to listen. And if we listen, man, I think we're unstoppable. You guys got a team that could basically do anything. Life was maybe simple, not thought outside the box, and maybe a pipe dreamer. But now bringing pipe dreams to like, oh shoot, is this really going to happen? Building our own machines, doing all these things. Yeah, it's real. So before it's like, nah, maybe it could happen. Bringing you guys to the table, yeah, it's gonna happen. We just got to do this, and this.
Your finance expert you brought in was great. He's been with us for now 3 months or 4 months, and he's really helped us build where we're at now. When I met Happy, I thought of him as just an old-time steel worker, because I've been in cranes forever, and I'm like, oh, this guy just does iron. And then he talks, and you're like, well, hey, you could do what? So that was, you know, it's. From a law firm to that, it might be two very different scenarios, but the same soul. You know, you get where they're coming from pretty quickly.
I've never met anyone from a show to bring them in real life like, they did a good job. Like that's Happy. It was my mind runs wild. Like, ooh, what could we build with Happy? And Happy, he's no joke. you're not wasting anything really. They're just thinking outside the box on what he's good at. Bringing anyone, it's just amazing.
For the HR side, the Scorpion way of doing that is fully understanding stuff first. So when you guys came in and you guys helped us negotiate the fires, and then tried to understand the long-term play at all this by getting all our handbooks together, getting everything tidied up for the next round, you know. So that was a big help to us.
Yeah, learning the HR with me, I worked with my dad, my brothers, and my cousin in my previous job. HR was like, do this or else. So bringing in the realistic of HR is like, that was a big learning curve for me. I thought people just work with people, but we live in California.
When Scorpion comes in, it's a whole nother level of security. Like I remember Walter showing us a video of a guy getting on a plane, and the artificial intelligence shows everything from every angle, paths, and all that stuff, and we're just worried about a guy coming in the door. So that's the level that Scorpion brings in, and really understanding what security is and all the different avenues that we should be applying security to.
Security was kind of, in my opinion, taken lightly on my behalf. Like, yeah, we got a gate, we got a guard, and we got a lock. And then you got Walter and the whole security team come in. No, this is the reality of it. Bringing in real professional security to point out your issues. I would have never have seen it.
It's the positive energy that brings in the situation and pushing us to do the right thing. And then down to the drop of the hat, you know, when we ask you guys, hey, can we have security? Can we have a scientist? Can we have a welder? And they're there the next day, and they're real, and they have quotes to you the next day. There's no consulting firm out there that does that. And they're good people. They're going to do a really good job. You know that because every person you bring in is very specific about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. On the compliance piece, bringing in Scorpion, there was one part where we were talking about the compliance officer and what he might do and this and that. He says, have you called him? Have you called him and asked him what happens if this happens or what happens if this happens? And in your head, you're like, why wouldn't you do that? You know, but that's the sort of piece that's looking at it a different way. As a compliance officer is just a human being. They have a job to do, and hopefully they don't have an agenda.
As far as the compliance issues, I think you guys bringing in compliance to the table is the facts are the facts. And I'm always worried about the what ifs, and my mind. Your mind runs wild on anything basically, but Walter is very no, because this is what happened. No, this is how you do it. And basically you opened up our eyes to facts are facts. If you're doing it the right way, then you're all okay. So bringing it in, like if we just do it this way and bringing it in as organized, because it wasn't as organized. Wes is more coming from safety and cranes, more structured. So it was Wes, and then you guys, it was like another notch, 2 notches that we bumped it up. So compliance is just like facts are facts, and you just follow the facts, you'll be okay. And I needed to hear that because I'm always worried about something that's not real.
Life before Scorpion was a stab in the dark. I thought I knew it all. You know, I had taken risks with other businesses and stuff like that. And life during, with, and after, however you want to call Scorpion, is it's taking an educated risk and listening. But it's really holding yourself to a different standard by seeing which way you guys hold, what standard you guys hold to.
The first meeting we had was like, no, we're gonna see who you guys are as people. Can we work together? We're not promising anything, because that's the first thing that has to work. We got to work as a dynamic group, and 100% feel we got the support from Scorpion and the rest of their team. Even the people I haven't met yet. If we have a problem in dirt, like, you got anyone who knows a lot about dirt? You guys will go find that person. I have no idea, but if you bring anyone to the table, that sense of like, we don't have to go out and search on our own. We don't have all the answers, but we got a team that can help to find all the answers. So that sense of relief was a big, for me. I don't know these answers. I have to go figure it out. And the fact that you guys come in and give us that leaps and bounds head start, that's huge in my book. And that's helped me a lot, where we don't need all the answers. We just need to shut up and listen and go about it in a strategic way.
Scorpion has been a calming presence for me. It's been, Vince has always been my calming presence, but I didn't know how to use him effectively. So, and I watch you guys, how you guys deal with things. People throw like a million things and you're like, hold on, let's go 1 through 10 first to see what happens, And that's where the mentorship has really kicked in for me. It's slowing it down and, looking at myself and understanding that it's not all how I perceive it.
For the new space that we just moved into and the future of it is really, the vision is controlling, going back to my roots, which is farming, controlling your own product, controlling every single step of the way, which is farm, you get the product, and then we have the manufacture, and then we have our product to sell to the consumers. When you understand beginning to end and you have control of everything with Scorpion behind, then you get to get creative, because that's the easy part. That's what we do now. Now we actually get to throw the science behind, okay, if we want to go zero carbon footprint, how many acres is it gonna take to create enough energy to solidify all of the energy we need for all this? So you need 4 acres. I don't know these numbers. I know you guys have a team that knows all these numbers. We want to get into solar panels. We want to get into wind turbines. We want to get into thinking outside the box. And then stepping inside the lab, I've had an opportunity to work with Hanson and the plant manager. We've already drawn up some stuff that I know is going to be effective, and I know is going to work, and I know is going to be better. So the future is endless, and that gets me excited, because after we're done with the business base and we're actually functioning like a real business, not the cannabis business. No, this is a real business. The new stuff is going to come, and it's going to be amazing working with you guys.
Really excited about the no step backward kind of stuff. Like we're gonna grow up, we're gonna build all this stuff, and we're gonna go faster than anybody else. We're gonna do it better than anybody else, and that's just me being cocky saying we're gonna do that. But it's also not going backwards. We're gonna put in the right greenhouses. We're gonna put in the right solar panels, the right security, the right scientists, the right people all the way around. And that's the cool part, because when you do that, you don't go backwards. And I don't like building. As much as it looks like we like building, we do not like building over and over again. And that's the exciting part about this. I'm really excited about like automation. Like I know that this stone and chisel that we've been doing for 30 freaking years is awesome and stuff, but the automation and numbers being precise and setting meetings, and when somebody asks a question, you guys actually ask questions back to know exactly what we're talking about, and just knowing that I'm talking to a group of people and I know what they're doing, that's a big deal. And the treasure chest that I feel like we have a VIP card to. Not many people have the VIP card to be able to call you guys and say, hey, this is our problem and we can't figure it out. And you guys are like, okay, let's do this. And I think that puts us at the next level already, just in a mindset. I would tell you to be real, like I did before. I would tell you to go in with no false, whatever you think, whatever you see, it goes on what you feel, because you get a good feeling from you guys.
You guys kill it every single time. So the fact that we could call you, it means the most. Everything else is, I like to say, a lot of people throw shit on the wall. You don't need to sell us. You just need, the proof is in the pudding. So the fact that we're believers, we're seers, we've seen it happen time and time again. The fact that it's just there, I think it's something that everyone should definitely want to dabble into.
And it's just transparency with you guys. And I would say absolutely to anybody who's thinking outside of the box or even inside the box, anybody who wants to develop their business and have other views and other eyes on it that could be game changers. I would tell them, go ahead.
Hey, go ahead and do that, but go in and have no blinders on, because like I said, the impossible is not there with you guys. So go in with an open mind. Some of the things that Walter brings to the table, like the security checkpoints that are not even in my thought process, but it's real. The day we live in, like what if a car comes in here and decides to blow up your lab? We got to protect that. That's something I would never think of, but it's absolutely necessary to protect. This is our home, this is our baby. So go in with no blinders on I would say pick up the phone and see what's the worst that could happen.
If you're debating or calling Scorpion, I would say ask yourself a question. Do you want to hold yourself back or do you want to go forward? And just figure that out for yourself.